PDF of all of this that we're doing today in the handouts area of our webinar. So if you want to download that so you can make notes, great. It does have little checklists that you can use, which I hope you will find helpful. And you'll notice there's only one page at the very end where we talk about the Luminate transition, because it's more of kind of a show and tell more than anything. So I just kind of put some important links there that we're going to be discussing. So I'm just going to go ahead and dive right in, because I know you guys are real busy, and I'm excited. First, I wanted to go over some holiday tips for you guys. What we found for 2014 is that the top 10 busiest online shopping days were number one, December 1st, and this was all based on sales in Yahoo stores, by the way. All based on sales by Yahoo stores. So it was Monday, December 1st, which is typically known as Cyber Monday, and then Friday, November 28th, which was Black Friday. Of course, if you look at some of these other dates, you're going to notice that Mondays and Tuesdays, as far as the Yahoo stores showed for last year, were extremely busy. Now, that's a great thing to know and understand. Yahoo actually put up a blog and said that 6 of the top 10 sales days are on Mondays and Tuesdays. So make sure you're stocked up and ready to go. Your buyers are heading back to work, but they're doing a lot of online shopping, a lot of online shopping. So other things that you might want to think about is make sure that you have the ability to connect with customers on those days. Make sure that you've got people staffing your phones. I happen to use freedomvoice.com, and freedomvoice.com is extremely awesome. Ring Central is another one. I use Freedom Voice because it's less expensive. But basically what happens is when somebody calls into One Choice, I'm going to tell you, typically we are with a customer. We do consulting, we do classes, we do training. So I'll get on a phone, and what should be a 5-minute phone call goes on for 2 hours. And so we don't get a chance to answer the phones directly. So what we have is a system that rings multiple phones at the same time. And if nobody is available, it will go to our answering service. And that's really nice for you guys during the holiday seasons, because if you have a family member that can help you out, but maybe they're in another state, you could set up freedomvoice.com so that when customers hit 2 for online order status, it goes to somebody else that can handle those type of calls for you. My mother used to do it for me every year. So, these can be very helpful. The 3rd and 7th highest online sales days were December 15th and 16th. These are your last minute shoppers, right? This is where you're going to target and highlight your really fast shipping times and how fast can you get the product out to them, which we'll go over a little bit more. The day after Cyber Monday was the 5th highest revenue day of the year. So that, if you normally run a sale for Black Friday and then through Cyber Monday, think about including that following Monday, Tuesday as well for those great deals. So that's some great recommendations from Yahoo, and we love it. Let's continue on. Now, the big dates for 2015. We've got November 27th for Black Friday. 28th is the Small Business Saturday. If you have a local location, this is the day that people promote going out and shopping locally. November 30th is Cyber Monday. December 14th is what's considered Green Monday. And December 18th is Free Shipping Day with guaranteed delivery by Christmas Eve. So if you offer free shipping, go to freeshippingday.com and put your website on there so that you can hopefully get more sales. Ken, I'm going to have to decline the live chat. I apologize, but it is in the handouts area, and I'll also do a link in the chat so that way you can get all the information. So let me do that right now for you guys. Just kind of put a link in case you can't find the handouts. I'll put the link in there, and it's over in Google, so that way you can actually download it yourself or save it, and there's a lot of other material. I'm going to keep adding stuff to that folder as I find it so that you guys can get it. Now, here's some important dates that I thought were really interesting. These are, if you want to make sure your customers get your products by time for Christmas, you have to understand that if you're shipping USPS standard, the date is December 15th for shipping, the 16th for FedEx Ground, the 18th for UPS 3-day select. So we've got an entire list of when you need to shop by or when you need to ship products by. There's also from HubSpot in that folder, the Google folder, it has a printable list as well. It's a fantastic list. This is important because we have to communicate with our customers, what dates that we're going to be shipping by, and we're hoping to help a little bit with that as well. So these dates are going to be extremely important, especially helping your customers to get what they need. Now, here are some interesting stats I found on Think with Google. A high percentage of shoppers are going to be checking prices online for the best bargain. 92%. 91% of shoppers say a low price is an important factor, and free shipping was deemed the second most important factor for shoppers when purchasing online. If you're not offering free shipping, think about how you can kind of implement it into your site during this time. Maybe instead of making $5 profit, you're going to make $2 profit, but you're going to get a ton more sales. So really look at your numbers to understand. Also, 83% of online shoppers are willing to wait additional days if they can get free shipping. So what is the most least expensive shipping option available? I've heard where a lot of people will actually just use UPS or just use USPS. That's a big mistake, because you want to look at what's the best, most costly, way that you can do it where you can keep as much profits as possible. So you always want to look at what is the cheapest way to send that package, so that you can keep the profits, even if it's only $1 savings by using UPS versus USPS, or even 50 cents. If you're looking at 100 orders, that kind of money is just profit in your pocket. So make sure that you're looking at that. Now, in our online classes for our group coaching, we talk a lot about personas because it's so important to understand. You have the organized shopper. Usually by Friday, November 28th, she's got all of her shopping done. It's already wrapped. It's all done. It's perfect, right? How can you get that organized shopper to shop with you today? Because yes, we're talking about the, upcoming holiday season. But if you've got an organized shopper, she's going to have it done long before we're worrying about Black Friday or Cyber Monday. So think about your organized shopper and how can you help her make decisions now to get all of it done ahead of time. And we'll go through these kind of within the tips itself. Then you have those that love sales. Now, it's so funny. I love, 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 love coach purses. And I am on their list for online sales through their outlets. And every time It comes in, I click on it, and I look at it. Now, here's what's really funny, okay? If you watch what Coach does, what they'll do is they'll say one week, hey, get 50% off this item, and it's only going to be $200 for this purse. All right. Next week, they'll say 70% off plus an extra 10%. Guess how much you pay? $200. They'll put purses in their clearance section and say that those clearance purses are 80% off. Well, let me tell you, I got my laptop bag there. The laptop bag was originally $299 on clearance for $298. So why does Coach go through all the trouble? Because there are those who love a good sale. They know that the kind of shoppers that are coming into their outlet store are the ones who are looking for deals. And they're counting on the fact that you're not going to click on every single one. And they're counting on the fact that you're going to splurge and make a purchase. But you know what? This is actually brilliant marketing from Coach. It is brilliant marketing because they understand customer personas. Now, if you go and buy your purses from the stores in the mall, you're going to pay about $400. Do they send me sales? No. As a matter of fact, Coach in the mall, their regular retail stores, only will do a sale 50, it's a sale that they do twice a year. Now, this is such brilliancy, let me tell you. What they do is they call you on the phone and say, hi, Shauna. We know that you love Coach. You are a VIP shopper, and we're doing a special sale just for you because we appreciate you. Now, are they going to do that with the outlet shoppers? No. It's a completely different set of how your customers are thinking. So you've got to apply these personas this holiday season. You've got your last minute shopper. This is totally me. I remember one year we went shopping on Christmas Eve to go get all the presents. And I think we got done almost like at midnight. I'm awful with it. I'm so busy. I don't have time. Last minute. I feel like every year I'm going to try, but it always winds up being last minute. So if you have last minute shoppers, think about what they're trying to do. They need a present and they need it yesterday. So what kind of shipping can you give that person? We'll go through that a little bit more with the tips. So your number one biggest one, because we know that shipping is so important, here's a couple of different tips for shipping. Know your ship by dates. Communicate those dates with your customers. If you can at all possible, offer free shipping to those customers. Offer expedited shipping. That expedited shipping is going to help the last minute shopper personas. The knowing your ship dates and communicating that's going to help all three personas. The organized, the, sales, as well as the last minute shopper. It helps all of them. Create banners or links that go to a specific shipping page. Use shipping dates to promote more sales. So for instance, let's say that we know that the 15th is the last day that we can ship via the cheapest USPS service. So what if on the 14th, and this is why a marketing calendar helps, on the 14th, you start promoting on your social media networks, hey guys, today's the last day to order to have this shipping, to have free shipping, or to get the cheapest priced on shipping for the upcoming holiday season. Use those dates. Go out on the 20th first and say, hey guys, if you want to get something from our store for, the last minute, we can do overnight. We can do 2-day shipping. So you want to make sure that you're promoting those dates all across. If you're doing newsletters, promote those dates. Let your customers know, hey guys, 1 day left. Urgency, right? That's what we want. We want urgency, right? And love your last minute shoppers. Treat them like gold. If I come in and I'm like, oh, I'm going crazy, I don't know what I need, and I have to do this, and you're my helper, you're my friend, I'm going to buy from you because I love you. You're helping me. I'm that last minute person. And if you offer free shipping, make sure you get your site on freeshippingday.com. That's going to really help you. All right, let's keep going. I know I'm going kind of fast. I apologize. We have so much to cover, and it's so much fun. Okay. Mobile devices. They think that it will account for at least 25% of your holiday sales. Most stores that I look at actually have about a third of their traffic coming in from tablet devices. So you've got to make sure that you're ready for them. Do you have a responsive website or do you have a mobile website? A lot of people don't even know what a responsive site is. And basically what it does is the site responds to the size of your user's device. So for instance, I'm going to bring a site over into here. All right, so this is a site that's responsive. What happens is, as my device gets smaller, the site adjusts for me. So I'm on a great big laptop. I get to see everything nice and clear. Once I move to a smaller laptop, did you see how everything adjusted for my smaller laptop? What happens when I get down to a tablet size? Notice that everything kind of squeezes in for my tablet. For instance, if I have different images here that are 3 across, notice that they were 6 across on my bigger monitors. It responds to whatever size your customer is using. And then for mobile, here's the mobile where it goes 2 across. The images get bigger. Look at the header. The header adjusts for mobile users. We've got the phone number that shows up at the very top. The header is, condensed. If they want to look at the menu, we can easily allow them to do that. And so what that does is it basically provides the same user experience on all devices. Some of you are probably using the Yahoo Store mobile. You got to be extremely careful with that Yahoo Store mobile. A lot of things that you have on your website are not going to show up on your mobile site. And if a fourth of your traffic is coming in from mobile and then another fourth is coming in on tablets, you've got to make absolutely sure where you're at. And the mobile search rankings are going to be extremely important for you. As a matter of fact, I just want to show you guys something that I think you'll find very, very interesting. So, and I thank this beautiful lady for allowing me this. So, here is a website called Iron Accents, and we're looking at the number of keywords that they have. So let's go ahead and look at the full report. Now, here's where it gets interesting. They have 8.4 thousand keywords in Google for desktop users. Guess what? For mobile users, it goes from 8.4 thousand down to 1.2 thousand. That's a huge drop. Huge drop. So that means that if I'm on a desktop, I'm going to find 8,200 of your keywords, but on a mobile phone, only 1,000? Why is that? Well, if you're not providing a good mobile experience for your website, you will not get rankings when people are using their mobile phone. This is why we're switching them over to a responsive design, because we've got to get this back up. Look at all the traffic that we're losing. Not only that, our conversion rate is not only less than 1% on these devices, but it's actually like 0.01. It's bad. So we're going to be, we want to make sure that our mobile users can not only work our website, but also that we're going to get the sale. We need those conversions so we can get the rankings. So make sure that phone number's up there. Go in and place test orders on your tablet. Use a real credit card and then don't process it. Go and place test orders on a mobile device. It was really interesting that we've had many customers that came to us and said, my options are not working on my Yahoo mobile store. Well, it's because it's using completely different programming. It's providing a totally different user experience. This is why you're having this problem. So if you haven't placed an order on your mobile phone on your website, do it immediately. Go and see. Invite friends and family members to test. Have them go in and give them a product to look for and purchase. Have them talk to you about, was it easy to use the search? Was it easy to check out on the mobile devices? Go and do the full checkout on your mobile phone, because what a lot of people find is, okay, they get there and they add it to the cart, and then the shopping cart is awful and it doesn't allow them to place orders. You need to be testing this now. Okay, this is a big one on there. And if you're not accepting PayPal as one of the options for your checkout, go and do it immediately. Don't stop it, go, or don't, whatever Monopoly says. PayPal has put out this awesome one touch so that people who are shopping on their mobile phone, their tablets, one touch, and they make their payments. It's easy. You are not going to get my credit card information because I'm not sure if I trust you. PayPal One Touch. They're promoting this big time. If you don't like PayPal, who cares? At least set it up for the holiday season. You can set this up in your Yahoo store today. Great question. Do we have to do anything to enable PayPal One Touch? All you have to do is make sure that your shopping cart is using PayPal, and especially the PayPal Express checkout, things like that. If you've got a credit card provider, that's fine. You can use both. That's what we do. We use our credit card provider that gives us better rates than PayPal does, and then we also accept PayPal as well. This is one thing that could shoot you up your conversions big time. Big time. Okay, so this is going to be really important for you guys. All right, let's continue on while I grab a drink. Test, 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 test. Test your options on desktops, on tablets, on mobile phones. Test them. Test your search pages on desktops, on tablets, on mobile phones. Test your checkout on desktop, on tablets, on mobile phones. Have I said test, by the way? Okay. Big order buttons. There's a link in your PDF file that goes to our free add to cart buttons. Make it big, make it beautiful, make it stand out, and don't make your customers look for it. Contact us forms. Test them. Have other people test them. Test them on your desktop. Test them on your mobile phone. Test them on your tablet. Test. Phone calls, right? Go in and copy it from your tablet. Copy it from your mobile phone. Call it. Make sure that it's working properly. These are all things that are going to ensure that you get better conversions for the holidays. Test, 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 test. I can't say it enough. Now, everybody loves customer service pages, right? Your About Us page. Tell a story. Show me a picture, make me feel like I'm family, make me feel like I'm your friend, make me feel like I can trust you. If it's just a picture of you smiling at a desk, that's fine. Pictures of families work really well. Okay. So yes, make it awesome. Question. Are you offering discounts to convert a site to a responsive site? Also, touchscreen readiness is a part of the responsive site. Yes and yes. So yes, we offer discounts for just converting your normal design over. And then we also have where not only can we convert it, but we can upgrade all of the coding in your store to the latest and greatest of how it's supposed to be now. Because the Yahoo Store 2.0 and legacy stores used a lot of tables, and tables are just bleh. They're old, and we want to make sure that your site is running properly. One thing people don't understand, they're like, well, I got my store done 2 years ago. Do I really need to update the programming? Okay, let me ask you this. How different is the iPhone 4 from the iPhone 6? They both work. You can both make phone calls. You can both make pictures on them. But the new iPhone 6 takes better pictures, takes better video, includes a flash. Your screen, if you're taking a selfie, it includes a flash. It's got better pixels. It's got better resolutions. It's thinner. It works faster. It's better. And your programming on your website needs to be updated as well. Why? Because if 2 years ago we didn't have IE 10 or 11 or now the new Edge, we didn't have the upgrades to Chrome, we didn't have the updates for Firefox. So 2 years ago is big, is real big. It's like if you go buy a computer today, it's already outdated tomorrow because new technology is coming out. The programming on your website needs to keep up with it. It really does make a difference in your rankings. Look, if you and competition guy over here off to the side basically have really the same kind of great links, social, you both have great content, but your site was updated 2 years ago and their site's programming is updated today and it's responsive so that it shows on all devices. It doesn't redirect them to a different mobile website. Guess what? The competition is going to win every time. They provide a better experience. So if you need help with that, we'd love to help you. We're here for you. Okay. Customer service pages, shipping. We talked about this, right? Customers want to know, when is this going to ship? How do you ship the product? There's some people out there where UPS, they've made me mad because I put it on my porch and I only want to have it shipped USPS. There's people out there like that. So my big thing that I've always taught store owners, and I've been doing this since 1999, is never give your customers a reason not to purchase from you, right? So you don't accept American Express. That's a reason not to purchase from you. You don't accept PayPal. That's a reason not to purchase from you. I can't read your site on a mobile device. Well, that's a reason not to purchase from you. So you got to think about what are the reasons that people won't purchase from you and make sure that you cover it. How much is shipping going to cost? Let me know this information. When will it arrive? That's really important, right? UPS has these great maps. It's like, hey, if you live here, it will be here in 1, 2, or 3 days. What I'm going to do, by the way, we're going to have a follow-up webinar next week. The date of the webinar is going to depend on what happens on Monday, which I'll explain more later. As of right now, it's probably going to be next Friday. And what I'm going to do is I have our designer working on a couple of different like banners and different kind of graphics that you can add to your store. And I'd like to have those available for you guys next week. And things like, order by to get it received, those kinds of things. I want to have a couple of those available for you and then give them to you guys in our next webinar. So we're working on that now. Okay, more on that later. All right, let's continue on. More customer service pages. Contact us page. You know what? Emailmeform.com is the best contact us scripting I have used. They have a free version. This is what we use on all of our customers. They have the option for your customers to be able to upload. So like maybe if you do a lot of quotes, a rustic garden, they do fencing and gates, a customer can upload kind of like the size and how their yard is laid out and be able to upload that to give a proper quote. It's a free service. It is awesome. What you do is you go in, you create your form, and they give you a code that you copy and paste and then put it in your caption field of your Yahoo store and you're done. It's just one line of code or maybe 2 lines of code that you just copy and paste over. It's so easy. I love it. If you guys try it out and you're like, Shauna, I can't figure out how to do this, let me know for next week's webinar and we'll do a walkthrough and show you because it is so easy. Just let me know. Okay, privacy pages. Are you going to spam me to death? Let them know. Security. What kind of security do you have? I love to highlight the fact that, hey, we're using the best out there. We're using Yahoo. You can feel safe with us. I use a graphic that I created this graphic and I used it on a lot of my stores, and it's so funny because it's still valid today. And if you want, I'll throw this image into the Google file so that way it's there. So let me pull up. Okay. I'll just show you this real quick. So, I used it. Oh, we just put it on Endless Beauty Care. Excuse the site. We're in the process of changing it over to a responsive design that will be done hopefully today. So we use this lovely graphic. Enjoy 100% secure shopping. Place your order online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's easy, right? So let me view the image. And I am going to drop it into that Google folder. So if you want to use that as like a template and then make it your own and change it up or just kind of look at it, it's there for you. All right, keep going. Return policy. A lot of problems with getting an order is that I'm not sure maybe if it's the right size or if my husband's going to like it. Offer a return policy. If your normal return policy is 10 days, make sure that you add an exception for the holiday season. Here's what's, they did this study and I thought it was absolutely brilliant. What they did is they said, purchase an item during, the month of December and you'll have a 6-month return. Now, people are so scared to do that, but let me tell you, it actually lowered the returns on many stores that this was tested on. Reason being, one, it didn't stop shoppers from purchasing the products because they thought they had plenty of time to deal with it. So they were very happy and sales increased. 2, if you have you have 5 days after Christmas, what happens is that you're automatically making them feel like, I got to do this right away because if I don't like it, I got to send it back. And that kind of mindset actually fosters more returns. If they have 6 months, it's like, oh, I'll just put it away. I've got 6 months, and they deal with it a year or 2 years from now. Don't be afraid to try this, guys. It helps to increase sales, and you're not putting in their minds that they have to return it right away. And guess what? If they do return it maybe 4 or 5 months from now, resell it at cost, open product, or do a big deal on it. Next time you get a phone call, somebody's like, hey, I need this. Hey, I've got one that somebody returned. It's in perfect condition. I'll give you 15% off. Don't be afraid of it. Offer a guarantee. Make sure that you're providing tracking information as well. And if you offer international shipping, make sure to let people know that. There are some that are specifically looking for. Don't be afraid to charge a fortune for international shipping. We would charge, I think it was like $20 just to send like 1 or 2 yards to Australia of fabric. And the thing is that what we found is, although you could buy fabric in the United States for $10 a yard, it was $40 a yard in Australia. So they didn't care if they had to pay a high shipping fee, because otherwise they were going to pay it. So what they did is got a lot of cheap fabric, right? And then paid the high shipping costs, and they were in love. Another big thing that a lot of people don't think about are size charts. Have some kind of comparison so that people can see it. One of the things that I loved, it was a tip that I heard one of the conferences, was to kind of show people what kind of size it is by giving them some kind of comparison. For instance, a rustic garden does a great job of this, right? So they have all kinds of different products that you can put in your yard, but just looking at the picture, it's kind of hard to tell like how big it is and like comparatively speaking. So a lot of the pictures, what they do is they'll actually stand next to it, or they'll put it on something so that you can kind of say, well, maybe that's not as big as I thought, or maybe it's much bigger. So they do a really great job dealing with scale. How big is this? Think about those things, because people want to know that. Remember, when they're shopping online, they can't touch it, they can't feel it. Seeing is believing, because that's really all that they can do. Okay, next one. Encourage shoppers, right? A lot of people, they just like want to get the sale and be done. Not me. I not only want to get the sale, but I want them to buy 2 or 3 items. Use cross sells on your item pages. You may also like. I don't like cross sells too much in the shopping cart. It really depends on the shopping cart design. It depends on the products, because what I have found is on some like different versions of Yahoo stores and the shopping cart and having the cross sells, it's just like, oh, it blows your mind. It's just too much going on. So use cross sells on item pages. Have an area where you can do a daily deal. We find these things are so awesome for SEO, because a lot of times people don't, maybe they're not constantly updating their site, but Google wants to make sure that you are updating your site. So what we did is we placed this featured item in the left-hand navigation, and this product can be changed out daily, weekly, whatever. But what it does is it updates all the pages in your store with something new, so that Google sees that you are changing the site on a normal basis. Should I send my customers to a site that changes it every 6 months, or that's updating it weekly? They're going to go for the one who's doing the updates. Use a cart closer. If somebody leaves the cart, get them back. Provide a shop for him, shop for her, shop for them, shop for kids, something to help them find what they need. Have a special area for on sale items. Use gift cards. Can't find the perfect thing? Gift card. A rustic garden has so much cool stuff, but yet I'm not sure if my friend would like this or that gift card because I know they're going to love something, right? So give your customers the options. Make sure you're in Google Shopping. Aten Software, ATEN software.com, they do awesome feeds at a great price. Bing Shopping. All right. So Windows is trying to change the way that we interact with our computers. So if you have Windows 10 installed, one of the things that you're going to notice is that if you're looking for a product, it's going to bring up the Bing Shopping and bring you through their services and not Google. So what we're finding is Bing is slowly growing and steadily with as far as people shopping, you know? Um, oh, Alex was asking which site offers feed service. It's called, think of it as A and then 10, like the number 10, atensoftware.com. And I think they start out, 10 spelled out, A-T-E-N. A-T-E-N, like A10 spelled out. Great, great guys. They are really good at stuff. All right, Facebook. Encourage your shoppers on Facebook, on Twitter, on Pinterest. Remember those special deals for the last minute shopper. Remember those special deals for the one that's super organized. Remember those for the shopper who likes sales. And here's something that a lot of people don't think of, refer a friend, right? Tell your friend about our website, and when they purchase an item, we'll send you a 10% coupon or we'll send you a free gift. You would not believe how free gifts like helps so much getting awesome natural social links. When we had the quilting store, we would like put in gifts like scissors. We would put in, we had nail files, that you could do, like nail files, that you file your nails with. We'd get them for 25 cents. We'd put them in the package and people loved them. They photographed them, they photographed the packages, they put it out on social networks, and it's awesome. You want to talk about an awesome way to get links? That is one way. What kind of program do you need for refer a friend? Honestly, you could just do it with a pen and paper. If you really had to do it. I don't know of a company that does it offhand, but so and so referred me. Have them put it in the comment section or something like that, or have them use a special coupon code if like somebody gets excited. There's ways you could do it for cheap, of course. Same for gift cards and stuff like that. You just figure out a way, and then if it goes really great, maybe you invest in some kind of software that does it all for you. Okay. Let me grab a drink. My next button is having an issue. Come on, next. Okay. Now, transition to Luminate. I wanted to do this last because we have a lot of people that come in late for the webinar, and this was kind of an important one. So the first one is a link to Yahoo's information about the transition to Luminate. If you haven't read it, come on now. Okay. So it goes into a couple of different questions and answers. So the first thing that you need to know is if you look in your store, there's a notice that says that they're going to be doing some upgrades this weekend. I've seen it on some stores, and then some stores I'm not seeing it on, which is kind of strange. But basically what's going to happen is this weekend they're working on the upgrade to the new company, Luminate. Um, the best way to kind of describe this is, Yahoo's this huge company. Not only do they have Yahoo Mail, Yahoo Sports, Yahoo, Flickr, Yahoo, media. I mean, there's just like so many different parts of Yahoo, and Yahoo Small Business is just a small part of that bigger business. And basically, what they're doing is they're taking that part out, spinning it off, putting it into a new company that will be all about small business. Now, the beauty of this is that, right now, when they want to do upgrades to the store, they've got to go through a whole process of putting it through and all this other stuff and getting approval, and it's a big corporate thing. But by spinning it off, and that's all they do, they'll be able to really focus on us, and as Yahoo store owners, I know that you probably feel the same way. I've kind of always felt like the illegitimate child or the stepchild because I see other platforms that have more to offer and they have more gadgets and they have more gadgets. And yet here we are with this Yahoo store and there's some basic things we don't have. And I really feel like, and this is my own personal opinion, everybody's got one, whatever, but I feel like we're about to see some awesome stuff happen because now we're not Yahoo, the company that does mail, search, news, sports, finance, weather, games, Flickr, mobile. We are small business. That's all we do. That's all we focus on. So I am really excited about it. Now, there's a lot of to be determined dates. One of the next links that you're going to find on that is a Yahoo FAQ page that they have set up. Here it is question and answer kind of document. So it has the general information and what's happening with that. So the big thing that's happening this Monday is our login access that we now use is going to be updated. And as a matter of fact, they have this lovely little checklist, which I have a link on your PDF that will take you to the Yahoo checklist. And, okay, whoop, 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 whoop. We didn't switch over to that. Yes, that's the one I want. Goodness, get out of there. Okay. It still is wanting to play with me. Exit. That's what we're going to do. Okay, so we've got this checklist that is real nice. But here's the thing. Verify your Yahoo ID and establish your new Luminate credentials. That's going to happen on Monday. So basically what it is that the Luminate new awesome is coming out on Monday. And so you'll just have to create new login information that is going to go to the new home, which is luminate.com. Now, this isn't going to happen until Monday, okay? But what we don't know what the process is going to be. Okay, we have been told that this will be for everybody, that this is going to happen too. So just so you know. So what will happen, we don't have the exacts. I wish we did of what's going to happen. We know, but we do know it's going to happen on Monday. Okay, so basically what it is, you're going to go into the store like you normally do, and it's going to say, create a new login for Luminate. Thankfully, this is the only big change I think, that we're going to have at least this year that has to be done immediately. Okay, there's some other things that you should absolutely try to do right away, but what they're doing is they're making sure that a lot of the changes, if you don't want to do it immediately, they're going to set up redirects so that everything works until next year, which is what, 2 months away. My recommendation would be do the updates and get it over and just get it done, because then you don't have to worry about it. Personally, I don't like redirects happening. And the reason why is if it doesn't redirect because of somebody's computer or something wrong, we're going to lose a sale, right? And I know that's extreme, but again, we never give customers a reason not to purchase from us. So I get a little scared when we get into redirects. So you'll open up a new login ID. The transfer process is all set up. So what you'll do, you'll just verify your login information. You'll create your new ID. You'll still use your ID and password to access your mail. So that's going to happen as well. Also, if you notice on here, your methods for billing is October 23rd, so that's passed. But basically, they're just kind of rolling that over and transferring it. The pricing going to stay the same. Are you going to have any downtime? They don't anticipate it. If you use any kinds of bookmarks to get to your web page or your store, for instance, I have all these little buttons up here, and this one goes to the quilting store. And so when I click on that, it goes directly into the store. But you'll notice that the URL is store.yahoo.com. So that definitely is going to change once we get into moving over to the new Luminate system. The next thing to know is the domains. So there's two ways to have a domain with your Yahoo store. One, you could have purchased it along with your Yahoo store because they give you a free domain. Or what I've always done is I go purchase the domain at GoDaddy, and then I change the DNS servers and the CNAME information over to my Yahoo store. So what will happen is you're going to have to change your DNS settings if you purchased your URL, your domain name, anywhere else except for Yahoo. So that might be some people, the biggest ones are GoDaddy and Network Solutions. Those are the biggest ones. The DNS servers are not hard to change. Once we have that information, we will do a video like how to do it, at least with GoDaddy. It's not a hard thing to do. Now, the name servers will change over to Yahoo. Let me show you kind of a little bit about that. If I do a search for Yahoo name servers, so you might remember this from when you first started your store. The server name that we use for our Yahoo stores is YNS1 and YNS2 at yahoo.com. So that's going to change over to a different address for Luminate. So that will need to be updated. Now, at some point, this name server is no longer going to work. However, they are doing a redirect over to the Luminate DNS servers until at least after the first of the year. Okay, so what that means is a server, if you think about it, think about this. You have a computer that's a server, okay? And let's say GoDaddy has a computer and you have a URL and it says, okay, my URL is actually hosted on Yahoo. So what GoDaddy's computer does is it says, oh, okay, so when somebody enters your domain, I'm going to take them to Yahoo's computer, aka server. So at some point, Yahoo's not going to have those servers anymore, right? But until that time, what's going to happen if you don't set up the DNS right away? What's going to happen is they're going to get to the Yahoo computer and it's going to say, oh, sorry, we're not doing that anymore. You need to go to the new one, and it will redirect them automatically. Again, I just get scared when it comes to redirects because if something happens along the way, I lose my customer. Now, the new DNS settings are not available yet. So we don't have those. If you look at this page here, okay, it goes over and then it shows you like yes, no, whether or not you need to do it, whether the hosting. So at this point, what Yahoo's saying is DNS settings will automatically point over for the Yahoo stores, but you need to update your name servers if you registered it elsewhere. Once the new name servers are ready, they're going to be listed on, and then it will go to the new page. So what's going to happen is as soon as we have the new information, we'll let you guys know that information, do a video on how to take care of it, and keep you guys up in the loop. This is why I want to say that, yes, we're going to have another webinar next week, but if they put out the new name servers and you want to do it right away, you want the information right away, then we'll probably have a webinar on Tuesday. Otherwise, if we don't have any other big changes, we'll just wait until Friday to go over some more information. All right, let's continue on. I know this is absolutely crazy, right? Your business mail will continue to be powered through Yahoo Mail. And then if you are an owner, you'll be able to access the email control panel on luminate.com. Now, that's all the information we have about that right now, okay? Is it going to affect your business mail? They're saying right now it should not. Yes, owner is basically like if I have my store listed under ystore underscore SEO as on Yahoo. So that's the technical owner of One Choice for Your Store, that account. I give access to other Yahoo accounts, but as the owner of that account, the one who set up the store, that is what they're talking about. You are the owner of that. Merchant solutions, they don't expect any downtime. Here's where they talk about the scheduled updates. So what they're saying is, as of right now, and they did have a notice in the store, I apologize not, but there's going to be a temporary kind of where area like time frame where you're not going to be able to get into the store manager area. Okay, this is going to be, and what they've got it scheduled for is this Saturday, November 7th at 6 p.m. Pacific until Sunday night at 6 p.m. Pacific. What happens after that and when it officially changes over, we don't have that. So we will know as soon as it comes out right along with you. All right. Any SEO issues as far as the domain name? There shouldn't be any issues at all. What about the DNS servers? So basically it's saying that it will redirect everything. It goes into different areas. So the files area, okay? In your store, you have where you can click on files, okay? So here's all the different files in here. If I click on any file, it gives me the full URL. So the full URL includes store.yahoo.net. That is all going to change. If you're referencing these files as Yahoo the store.yahoo.net, you're going to have to manually change those over at a certain point. Again, I always think sooner rather than later, but again, you don't have to do anything until after the first of the year because they're going to do redirects for that. You know how I feel about redirects. So that is going to affect it. If somebody said about changing all your internal links, if you're linking to these files, like maybe you have a PDF, yes, those all have to be changed. If you're using these files in your captions, yes, eventually those are all going to have to change. I know it's a lot. I'm hopefully going to be able to help you get through this process, I promise. Okay, let's keep going. The FTP address that you're using. Um, uh, we're going to have to adjust FTP settings if you are using that. Order shipment updates. This email address is going to change. Again, it's not going to be immediately. Here's the thing. As of right now, what they're doing is they want to get this all done by the end of the year, probably for tax purposes. If it's my guess, I'm not going to say, because hey, if they get it in at the end of the year, there's, it affects taxes I think that that's why they're pushing this. But they also know that as store owners, this is the busiest time of the year. And they know that this is going to affect store owners. So that's why they're saying, yes, we're doing this now, but you don't have to worry about it until later. We're going to do redirects. We're going to do, all of this stuff. Okay. I know. Julie says they just want to screw with us during the holidays. Maybe so. I don't know. But you know what? I'm too excited about these changes. Because I love the Yahoo stores. They're so great for SEO. I know there's a lot of other platforms out there that have more gadgets and gadgets as of today, but you know what? I don't find them always ranking as well so easily as I do the Yahoo stores. So it's like, I love the Yahoo stores. I'm excited. I know you can tell. Okay. um, Oh, your checkout URLs. Again, not right now. All right. But later, what they're going to do is if you click on view cart in your store, what you will see is that it goes to order.store.yahoo. Now, they were going to do this about 2 weeks ago, and they decided that they're not going to do that until after the first of the year. They're not going to make you change. So then that again will do a redirect. If I do a search on certain stores, what happens is it used to be that you went to orderstore.yahoo, and let me show you a store. So let's say I put in responsive. Now check out my search, orderstore.yahoo.net. Okay, so there may be changes not only to the URL, but the form, the actual HTML form that you use, and the form that you use for newsletters, if you're using the one from Yahoo, those are going to have to be adjusted for the new store. Okay. Stores. They're going to have to update the CNAME record, and that's it. Now, the checklist that they have, what we did is if you go into that Google file that you have that link to, all right, what I've done is I've created the Yahoo Luminate transfer checklist. And this is like all the Yahoo stuff, and I'll adjust the columns. I was playing around with it, but I'm going to be adjusting this on a regular basis so that you can get the latest version of it. I also have a different checklist of all the different things that are going to need to be done on the store side of it, and when it needs to be done, and when you can mark it off as done. And so I'm going to be updating that as well with all of the changes that we're talking about, and then also provide information on like a link to where you can get more information or where you can do certain aspects of it. So I just want to make sure that you can go in, you can look at the checklist, you can just download it. And one other thing I want to tell you about, because I know that this is scary, we do have a transition service. I don't want you to feel like this is a sales pitch, because we're going to try to update you guys as much as possible on and try to teach you all the things that need to be done. But I know that this is very overwhelming. I know that there are some people like, I just don't want to deal with this. So what we did is we did create a transition service. We tried to look at what others are charging out there and tried to do I think we did a great job as far as pricing, because most of the ones I've seen are $500. So it's on our site, Yahoo Small Business. But basically what we'll do, because these are all the changes that we have to do. If you host your domain elsewhere, we'll update the DNS settings. We'll make sure your default domain is set up. We'll also go through all of your RTML templates. Let me show you why. Here's another update. If you have RTML updates like this one, I know that uses it. Oops, it kicked me out of the store. So this is actually going in and grabbing a file from the RTML, grabbing a file in the file's location. So if you have those in your RTML, we will update those for you. If in the variables you have anything referencing the files or the different URLs that need to be changed. For instance, if I look here where this has a header, it's got an LIB folder, and it's got different things that were located in the files area of it. We'll get that changed over for you as well. We will go in and update all of your product URLs. Make sure that it's using your domain. We go into Catalog Manager, and you have to be using Catalog Manager. But what we do is we go in through every page in your store and every file location that you're using for PDFs, for images, for whatever it is. We'll switch those over to the new domain. Any forms you have on your website that use Yahoo, we'll switch those over. We'll switch over the checkout pages to the new ones, any file locations, all of your CSS JavaScript files, we'll switch those over, make sure those are set up. The other things that I don't have on here that are affected is if you go into your checkout manager, and if you have like a design that is included. If you look at the URLs being used, it's secure.hostingprod.com, and the reason why they use this particular one, or it uses the LIB files from the Yahoo store, but either way, all of those images, files, whatever, all are going to need to be changed. So what we're doing, and this is going to change on a regular basis, we're creating a list that needs to be done. And then as the changes come up that need to be done, what we're doing is creating this file for each of our customers. And then what they can do is they can see, okay, Shauna changed my DNS servers? No, but that's not available until this date. And then it will mark done. And then it will also put in there if there's any comments or anything like that, basically so you can follow along. The service that we're doing, basically whatever comes up in the next 6 months that affects this transfer, we'll take care of everything. It's $250. Okay, that's the lowest I can do. I'm sorry. I know a lot of others are charging like $500, so I thought 250. It's because I know that, like, I know it's a lot. You don't have to sign up if you don't want to. You want to do it on your own, that's fine. What we're doing is first come, first serve. So basically, when an order comes in for this, they go on a list. And then when it's time to make changes, we go through our list, and that store gets done, and then we move on to the next. And then that store gets done, and we move on to the next. If the changes are, we have to do the DNS servers in December, but we have to change this and this in January and this in February, we'll keep updating this as needed. Okay. No, we can do this for any, somebody asked, is it just stores that we've worked on? No, we can do this for any store. The only thing that we can't do though, okay, is if you have, like, let's say somebody has put in a wish list and the files are on a different server. Like I've seen where, EY, or not EY, Your Store Wizards, they have some stuff that's hosted on their site. We can't change those. Sorry. Oh, the link. Let me put it in the chat room. If you're on our website, and basically this only went live on our website before the webinar, so that way you're in the webinar, you get the access to it, but it's the very first link on the left-hand side. And so if you're like just overwhelmed, we'll take care of you. If you sign up now, what will happen is as soon as the changes can happen and looks safe to happen, we'll go in and do it right away, because I want to get rid of all the redirects. Yahoo has set up all new servers for this and put in a lot of money. So I want to get it hooked up as soon as possible. That way you don't have to worry about, is it going to affect holiday sales, or is it going to do this, or is it going to do that? What we do is we have a couple of test sites. We'll make sure that it is awesome, that it is working, and then we're going to get you in. However, if you say, I want to purchase now, but I don't want you to do the changes until Christmas Day, just to be sure, and I just want to use the redirects until then you'll go on a separate list that says you're first in line for that. Because after the first of the year, when they start telling all the Yahoo customers that they have to change it, we're going to get a flood in. And so unfortunately, we're going to have to raise the price when that occurs, because we're going to be working overtime on it. So this way you get lower pricing and we take care of it. If you have multiple stores, then purchase one tell me you've got multiple stores, and depending on your site, if it's complex or if it's just kind of basic, it will either be $100 or $150 for the additional store. So that way, if you've got 5 stores, you're not paying $250 a piece for that. It will be either 100 or 150, just depending on, how many files, and I can look at it pretty quick. Okay. No, you don't have to put in any of that. It's just you go in. If you have a Blogger blog and you want us to update that too, just click update my Blogger blog. If you have a WordPress blog, we have to look at it to see. It will probably be anywhere between $50 to $100, but I don't want to put $100 if we can charge you $50. Does that make sense? And then we'll keep this pricing on here until Yahoo does an announcement that causes a flood. But every person will get their own checklist, and every time we add something new that needs to be done, it will be put in your file. You'll know when we did it. You'll know when it's getting done. It's just a way that we can keep you guys updated and just make absolutely sure that you guys get your store taken care of. So that's available. And again, my way of doing things is I'm going to help you out at a good price, or I'm going to teach you how to do it. So I can try to teach you guys how to change it if you're like a do-it-yourselfer, or if you just want us to take care of it, we'll do that for you. But one thing to know, if you order this and Yahoo says Monday that you can change all of this, please know on Monday I will go in and change over a bunch of test stores before I ever touch your store. The reason why is because what if a DNS setting doesn't take effect, or there's a problem, or they've got it set up for the DNS but they're not quite ready with everything else and it's going to cause you problems, then we're not going to do it. We're going to do test stores first, and we have several that we can use, and then we'll do your store, because I don't want to affect your holiday sales. I just don't want to do that. No, too scary. Okay, so then I know this is a lot, but each step of the way, we're going to talk about it. We'll have webinars about it. We'll record it. We're going to make sure you guys get taken care of, whether we do it for you or you're a do-it-yourselfer and you want to take care of it, you're going to get taken care of. Are there any questions that I can help with? All the links, if you go in to that one choice folder, there are, let's see, this is a special calendar that HubSpot did that puts in all the shipping dates and the important dates into your calendar. This is the One Choice Luminate. That's our checklist that we're going to use. It's kind of like a template. So that way, if you are a do-it-yourselfer, you can use our template to see what we're doing and make sure you do all of it too. The next file is the PDF of today's webinar. So if you want your own copy, it has all the links that I shared. E-commerce marketing. Oh, this is an Excel file from HubSpot that has all the dates. This was a cool PDF that I found. The online shopping behaviors. It was a study somebody did on shopping. I thought it was cool. Printable e-commerce. This is cool. It is like a printable guide that HubSpot did that has all the big dates that you're going to need. So that one's pretty cool too. This one is also cool. I like these. It's about millennials and how they shop and insights and, what they're doing and the cybersecurity. And it's just really fascinating. I absolutely love it. Let's see. How-to instructions, how to put the calendar in. The secure shopping. That's that secure shopping. When we create those banners for you guys for your store, we'll put them in here as well. And also what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this file in to Dropbox. So if any of you guys want the Dropbox version of this, I'm going to be sending out after the webinar. I'll send you guys some links that has the link to this folder, a link to the Yahoo information, a link to YouTube if you want to listen to this again, just kind of everything you need. And also just whatever new banners we create, we'll keep you updated with that. This was kind of cool. This was an infographic that ShopperTrack did, anticipating just kind of busy shopping and sales days and stuff like that I found. If I find cool stuff, I'll put it there. And then this is going to be a an Excel checklist of all the things that Yahoo says that needs to get done. So that way, I like checklists, I like to be able to check things off and do all of that. So you'll have that as well. Best way to contact. So if you have questions, or if there's something I can do to help with, if you go to our site and click on the email us, that's usually the best way and the fastest way. I'm going to tell you right now, we have been so overwhelmed with all the questions that people are asking about Luminate, and all of Yahoo and the updates and the meetings with them to make sure we can help you. And then also, a lot of people are getting their site upgraded to the responsive design, so that they're ready for the holidays. So we're kind of we're working overtime to get the responsive sites done for people in time for Thanksgiving. So we're really working overtime. So if it takes, I usually say, hey, if you don't hear from me in 24 hours, there's a problem. Right now, I would say 48. It is crazy, but we will try to get back to you as much as possible. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Carla, if you want to ask about the upgraded responsive, just shoot me over an email, and then I'll email you to let you know. And it really just kind of depends on the site and what we're doing and how major the design is. But we have been trying to keep it, at great pricing. Okay. Ken, I have your live chat. I'm going to open it, but hold on, and I'll get you those links for you. So I've opened up that chat window, and then I'll get it as soon as we close out the webinar. But I wanted to get your chat open. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I can understand that. Wow. Okay, so Tom said that he has always heard that a responsive design is at least $5,000. A lot of programmers do charge at least $5,000 to do the responsive. You're right. What we've done is, it really depends on your site. Because if you have a really simple site that it doesn't have a whole lot of custom programming, we've converted over sites for $1,500 because they have just I forgot what I was saying, but it's real basic. Because what we have to do is we have to kind of transform your site into columns. So if it's more complex, then it might be, 2,500. I think the most we've charged for transferring a current site to responsive without a redesign has been maybe 3,000. But they had a whole bunch of programming that they wanted to update to the latest standards. They had a really complicated design. So, it's just kind of that. Okay. Anne said, I placed the order, but I didn't get a ticket. I put you should get a ticket right away, but then Yahoo changed the how they send it so it doesn't do an automatic ticket, and I apologize. We've just been so busy. I haven't even been able to update that dang checkout message. So if you don't get the ticket right away, we have it, and I'll make sure that you get that, hey, we do have that, and then um, get that ticket for you. So I apologize. I really need to go change that. I have this like silly thing that, if we have paying customers that are waiting for work on their website, then we shouldn't work on our own website. So we haven't been able to update this bad boy for like 2, 3 years. It's awful. We have this gorgeous, gorgeous new responsive web design for our site, and I've been holding on to it for like a year because our customers come first. Um, but it's gorgeous. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful and it's responsive and it's fast, but we got to take care of our customers first. They come first. Because wouldn't that drive you crazy? Like you pay money for someone to update your site and you're waiting for them to get it done to help increase your sales, and they're doing their site and their site keeps getting updated. That would make me mad. Okay, I'm crazy, okay? I can show you my new site if you want, Laura. All right, so we're all done, but I'm going to show Laura the new site for when we're ready. I'll show it to you. Let me see. I got to find it, but I can show it to you. Let's see. For Shauna. And this is just a basic prototype that Audrey did when she wasn't too busy. Um, but you can kind of see what we're thinking. What do you think? What we did though, it's so funny. What we did though is we wanted to design it purple so that it kind of matched the colors of Yahoo. So we were going to do like this whole thing, and now it's switching. We won't have the Yahoo. I know. So we're going to have to change it out, but I don't know. I thought it was pretty. We're just trying to make it real simple so that you can like find stuff and see how it matches all up with like all this stuff, and yeah. And yeah, the gray text is hard to read, so we would definitely change that. But she just did just a prototype for me that she was thinking of, and it's not a done because then we got all busy again and we couldn't do it. But it's just kind of like it. This would be considered a first mock-up. There you go. But yeah, we got to get you guys worked out first. But it's responsive. I love the responsive designs for any of you guys that want to know. I use for programming responsive sites, I like to use Bootstrap for it, and it's like a framework because what happens is, and I can show you this on one of the other sites. For this particular site that we had done a couple years ago, the new site is just going to be gorgeous. But um, on here, let's see, the tabs, we're using JavaScript. There was another JavaScript that was doing, like, we have this little pop up for estimated delivery times, but there's just like a lot of JavaScripts. And so with Bootstrap, it's one file that you can do so many things with. And so we're actually thinking about doing like a Bootstrap class because once you learn how to use it, it's so much fun. So like Dean Safe, they have somebody that knows how to use HTML and CSS and, able to go in and play. So like you can do things like when you highlight that has text over stuff, which is great for SEO, but it also looks really pretty too. And what we do for, see how it's got like breaks in it, and it's real simple to also put in like multi-layers. So they just do this using HTML, and just using specific things within the Bootstrap to make it happen. It doesn't add any extra files. This gorgeous slideshow that responds is actually done through the Bootstrap, so you don't have to use a slideshow feature. I mean, it's so awesome. It's a great framework. And then once you know how to use it, it's so much fun because then you can really play with it and customize your store really the way that you want it. And what's so great is it looks great on a big monitor. And then look at this would be like an iPhone. I mean, you still have the same branding, you still have all the same programming and options, and it doesn't matter if you're on a small iPhone or a large desktop because it responds. I love these. I mean, they're just, have you ever tried to read a website on your phone and it doesn't like respond to mobile? So it's like size 12 font that you have to like zoom in with your fingers, and then you have to read like left, right, and move the screen back and forth. Yeah, not this. That's why I'm in love with them. So we've been busy. All right, so I'm gonna let you guys go. I know I kept you like way over. So if you need anything, let me know. Okay. Email me is probably best because it will be the fastest. Because Fred, I can try, but it may not be till Monday. Sorry, Fred. We still have to go and find out more about Monday's updates, and there's a lot. So I'll try, Fred. I'll try. But if not, email me. Send me an email, and I'll try to work on that too. Okay, guys. So once the new login is ready to go, I will take a video of what the process is and what the steps were, and put that up and email it to you guys. So that way, if you're kind of scared to go into these stores, you won't have to go in and see that. Oh, if working on the images and the home page, but just to show kind of like how a site can change up, and it's so much faster. I'll show you this. So that's current. So when you are on sizes, see how it just kind of sticks. So the new layout that we're working on, and we're like in process. They're adjusting all of the images on there, but I just thought I'd show you the header. So, and then the header is gorgeous, and then we're still working on switching over the item pages, but it has beautiful new tabs. Got to switch over those product reviews and stuff, but I love this new header. It's nice and clean and pretty and blue. And check out, like for flyouts instead, for mobile users, they can click on it and be able to get a drop down. And the great thing with the responsive is you don't have to add any extra JavaScripting to have it. And it's not a flyout that customers like get like, drive them crazy. They click on it with their finger and then it expands on it, so then they can go through and look at other areas. So that's the kind of Bootstrap stuff I'm in love with. So a lot of work to do. Got to get this done right away so we can get the responsive. But see how like the header is, it has the search off there. So when it responds and gets smaller, see how it kind of squeezes. Those are going to adjust We haven't done that part on it yet. But then the header, these will come up to the side, the search on the top, and the main menu, that's going to be blue. But I love the responsive sites. They're just beautiful. I can't wait to see this done. You'll have to check on it next week. All right, guys, I have kept you long enough. I'm gonna let y'all go. I'll be updating files. I'll give you guys updates. I'm just gonna kind of download a list of the current emails and put you in on a special list. Uh, so that way we make sure you guys get those updates. So make sure that you have that, and I'll see you guys definitely next week for another webinar. Not sure if it'll be Tuesday or Friday. We'll know more on Monday with the changes, but I will definitely be talking to you all right, bye everybody. Have a wonderful, awesome weekend, and enjoy yourself. Big changes ahead. Bye everybody. Thank you for coming. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming. Bye, guys.